That in, Jerry. You put a lot of work in this, but isn't it true you're colorblind? Yep, all right, well done. My name is Mark Anderson, and I am one of the crew of docents who works with Marty Angelo. Marty Angelo, you know, is a local elderly artist. She is known for her abstract figurative style art. Today we are coming to you from Marty Angelo's sumptuous offices and studios here in Albert Lea, Minnesota, in that area known as Georgetown, by those who know. Today, the topic is a painting that Marty Angelo did recently. We're going to talk about that a whole lot more. It's right behind me to my left. But first, I want to introduce our guest here today, our guest expert docent who comes to us by way of considerable education in this area. Jerry Noland, would you tell us a little bit about yourself, Jerry?
Certainly. Thank you, Mark. I have studied art at the collegiate level, art appreciation at Luther. It was quite dark. The art was lit up on a screen, and my roommates said it was pretty good, actually, although I don't remember a lot. I may have fell asleep, but I passed with a C. So I don't know if that qualifies me exactly as an expert.
C's get degrees.
Okay, so do D's. Yeah. But I do like art. I do appreciate it a lot.
And I think you'd agree that you and I have both put in countless hours to prepare, to explain, to describe what we see in the picture. By the way, this picture is known as Dormant. And I'm going to put a plug in here for the artist. This picture is available for the low price of $110 framed. It's incredible, a bargain like this. This is a good deal.
Beautiful frame.
Beautiful frame. And let's talk first not about the meaning of this picture, although we'll get to that very shortly, but let's talk about the technical attributes, the artistic design and so forth that we have noticed that Marty Angelo has used in preparing this piece of work that we have here today. What do you notice, first of all, in her technique?
I really like the colors. I really like purple a lot. Purple is such a famous color all over, you know, outside and everything. And
royalty.
It's kind of a royal type color. But when I think of a picture, I think of the room that I'm going to put it in. And just matching the color seems rather shallow. When I walk into a room, I want an essence of, in my living room, I want tranquility. And I don't want a lot of excitement. And what drew me to this picture is the trees, the lines. The lines are very vertical and straight, which is very relaxing.
It's orderly, isn't it?
It's orderly. It's not random or chaotic. It's a very peaceful look. And I like that for my living room.
Do you notice how Marty Angelo has developed the feeling of depth in this picture?
Yes. And I love the outdoors. I love the woods. I love the Boundary Waters and Ely and all of that. And it gives you an idea of looking across, you know, through the woods, seeing the forest beyond and the beautiful colors. I just very much drawn to it.
Another thing I'm wondering, I look at that picture and I notice that it looks to me like you could find snow, and yet I see branches with a little touch of green. Is this a picture of the fall, or is it a picture of new life emerging? A springtime.
What I saw in it was more of a story. You know, Michelangelo, Marty Angelo pours her soul into these.
She does.
What I see is a story of life from the beginning with the green leaves. You notice there's some leaves on the ground and there's a bush that's torn down. So life has its storms.
But it's a picture of overcoming.
It goes into trees that appear to be dormant. And over on the right side, it gets darker and darker. Like life is going from birth towards death.
The cycle of life.
The cycle of life.
Yes.
But if you'll notice, when you look up, the sky is always bright. And that's another aspect of this picture that I really enjoy is the light at the top and a light at the bottom. It draws you to the center. It centers your life.
You have a sense of optimism when you look at this picture?
Absolutely.
Now, I think both of us are fairly well acquainted with the artist, and I think as we both know, we've learned that Marty Angelo is a student of Joseph Campbell, an expert on mythology.
Dr. Campbell,
And
fabulous.
do you agree that there are aspects of this picture that show or hint that Marty Angelo is trying to find that depth of meaning of life, that purpose, that mythological study or search for becoming identity?
Well, as you know, Dr. Campbell was the world-famous mythologist, and he talked about how mythology was stories that told the ultimate truths and the meaning of life. And today, the artist is today's mythologist, telling a story through art.
That's interesting. What you're saying then is that you see in this picture that Marty Angelo is trying to actually find the meaning of life.
Yeah.
Do you see like this as a pursuit of the of God, or at least a God in nature, kind of a pantheistic search?
A meaning for life, I would say, as it travels from birth to death, but still in the light of day. It's a very positive story of everyone's life.
Now, do you notice that this picture is nature? And previously I said that Marty Angelo has pursued what they call an abstract figurative style of painting, one that focused on human form, especially females, in though an abstract way. In other words, not necessarily exactly like a portrait. Why do you think she's changed from this abstract figurative style to this nature? Is it because she is becoming a person of greater depth? What changed, do you think?
I think it's still figurative. If you notice the tree, the live tree, the limbs are hanging down, and just as though you're working through life. But as we get towards the end, all the branches are uplifting towards the heavens. This is part of the story.
Sort of like a cathedral that's built high with a steeple and your eyes are drawn
Excellent.
upward.
Yes, you're drawn upward.
Yes. I think that I appreciate what you pointed out here, because I think that too often we miss out on these kinds of things. In fact, are these trees actually representative of human beings? They're asexual, but the uplifted arms, if you will?
I believe so. I believe so. I believe that the story is life as we know it, as we wish it to be.
Now, I think that we all know that Marty Angelo signs her name Marty Angelo, although that is not her real name. It's
really?
Martha Shepard.
Oh.
Martha Shepard. Do you think that maybe this means that she really, to me, isn't that she wants to be, and I think she's very modest. She's not asking to be perceived as good as our friend Michelangelo, but that she wants to be a person who is approaching the quality of work of a Michelangelo.
Well, Michelangelo was good for his time.
Yeah.
But this is 2020.
Well, for sure.
2021.
Yeah.
For all that. And we have a new spokesman for life.
Do you think that in any way this picture reflects the tension of these times now in the pandemic?
Yes, yes. Everyone should have in their living area where we are quarantined today pictures and paintings that mean something to your life, that relax you and makes you think about life and how great it is.
That's a good point. It isn't just the artist who's trying to engage in a search for meaning, but we, the people who look at that art, we appreciate art because it fits in with our pursuit, that search for meaning.
Absolutely, the common man. And we're as common as
we are common. Good point. Well, I thank you, Jerry, for your comments today. I think that you have enlightened me, and I'm sure that it will be true of most everybody who looks at this work here today. Again, our program here comes from Marty Angelo Studios, located here at Georgetown, here in Albert Lea. You are welcome to come here anytime. You, like Jerry and I, can have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, sit down, look at the art, visit with the artist, and inform ourselves and enlighten.
Absolutely.